The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Monday the 5th of January, and we're looking at all-time high in the Dow. I mean, look at this Chapman Wave inside track repellent zone. We've been there so many times, and the price it's a diagonal line. I would say it's at about... where's my protractor? Let me just have a look if I can use that. I wish, I'm meaning, was it 20-something years, 30 years? I've been wanting to ask TradeStation to put in an angle. It's so easy for them just to put an angle monitor. So I can take a line and just say, that is it exactly. I'm going to say it's at 30. I'm just guessing, of course, at about 30... 28 to 30% degree, okay? And look, that pink line, this is a technique I developed a long time ago, the little tiny channel in the larger channel, and whenever the price either tagged that pink line or went right to the upper green line, it just stalled. So we've got, I'll give you the numbers for this week. The numbers for this week are 49,160, and on the level to break out, it's this week. It's a weekly chart. Let's go to 49,700. Now, my suspicion is that this 50,000 level is going to be... no, I don't want to talk about it. I imagine that I'm anticipating 50,000, 49,900, and maybe 80. Is kind of a target for this upside move. Not right now. It doesn't have to be right now, but over the next few weeks. All right. Meantime, back at the ranch, what we're looking at is the Dow is participating beautifully. The SPY, let me see if I've updated the SPY. The SPY kind of flattened out from the 687-ish high that was made back at the end of November, so somewhere around there. And now all of a sudden we've got a high of just 3 weeks ago. We hit 688.70. That was peak D in the daily chart. I guess you better go to the S&P because it's much clearer. Because I've done more work on it, that's all. So what I wanted to mention, and I said it on Friday. Friday, did we have it? Yeah, I was here Friday. Geez, what a few days. I'm not used to having so many Thursday holidays. All right. Okay. Let me go through this. It's not Technical Friday. Yes, I did this, but I'm going to do it again. The reason why I said it is so profound in the Chapman Wave methodology that it took me so long in that initial stage, first of all, I called it a 7-wave form, Chapman Wave methodology, and I'm working on it right now. Finally, I'm programming it. I've managed to do a couple of things automated very nicely, catching up to what the late Herb Brun did very beautifully for me. But something that we got stuck on and I never continued was the notation, Chapman Wave notation. So look at this. I discovered a long time ago, after I found that the 7-wave form is one thing, but it actually went even higher. It could go to not just a peak D, but an E, an F, and even a G, but it never goes to an H. You have to go back and see where it's recycled, or maybe you're wrong, or maybe you missed something. Most importantly, you got a peak F at 6147.43, and that wasn't that the first week of January? That was in February of 2025. Pulls back 21% to 4835.04. And then what does it do? It breaks out in this incredible leg. And I said, no matter how I do this, I've got this as leg A. And I discussed this with Tommy when I was interviewed and others who asked me the question. And I said, there's just no other way. I can't do it. It is so clear that I have to believe in the methodology. I've done not hundreds of thousands of charts, but well, I don't know how many charts, but you can imagine every day I'm doing 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the E-mini. I'm doing all this daily, weekly, monthly, 120-minute charts, a lot of charts. All right. So that says once you get to this peak A at 69, at 68, well, let me just give you the exact figure. At 69.20.34 in October of last year, and then you pull back, and that becomes either a G or an A. I put A because I said, everything about it is an A. And then you pull back for a peak, and then you start leg B because there's no H. So it can't be anything else other than a B. Now, here's the kicker. Here's the most important thing about this. If there's just a very modest peak B, it means that you could have a pullback and a pretty serious pullback without changing anything about the buy mode, expecting a peak D. But that doesn't mean to say that you couldn't have a pretty decent pullback. Okay, I just wanted to mention that. Doesn't mean to say you have to have it. I'm just articulating the methodology. Uh-oh, the throat. Okay. Now, within that context, it means that we're in a buy mode in the monthly chart of the S&P. Other techniques tell you how high you should be able to go. But the most important thing is once you get to B, it says that you're on your way to C and D in the time frame, and I'm saying in the time frame of 2026. And there should be at least 4 higher peaks. I needed to get that out the way because this is the S&P. Once the S&P confirms it, I just have to say that the Dow, still in leg A, is extremely powerful. The QQQ. Whoops, I think I got the music coming up. I don't hear it. I just hear a little interference. All right. QQQ is 619.11, up $6. Has to break the Chapman Wave inside track. Remember, we're looking at the one that's repellent zone on a rising diagonal. This is a diagonal pulling back. So it needs to break this week. I don't know if it can do it, but it needs to break above, I'd say, it needs to break above 626, 627 on a closing basis. It actually needs to get above 629.21 for another leg up. But we'll go one step at a time. And the key support is at about 615 short term. QQQ. IWM now. And the QQQ monthly has made a peak A, and for 3 months, we haven't made a higher high, above 637.01. There we go. This is the IWM. Good action, really good action today, up 263. Why do I say really good action? Because here's the trend line that it needed to break. Chapman Wave inside track. I didn't type it in. It got a little too messy. We've done the dreaded H. We've gone above it. Now, the methodology in the Chapman Wave says, for the IWM, and there are a couple of people that are really listening, I'm sure, because either subscribers or the people have asked me about it. 255.12 was the high on the 22nd of December. I want to see 2 out of 3 consecutive sessions that close above that, and then I'm going to say, yep, we're going to go test 258.20. That's the all-time high. And if it fails at any point, because this is still an S, that means it's still pink, the 9-period moving average in the daily, it needs to go green very quickly. I'll be back in a moment. Dow's up a whopping 593, S&P's up 43. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour. I'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
So we're back, and I had a question about USAR. We discussed this recently, and I said I maybe just wait a little bit because, if I remember correctly, because it was a little bit obscure exactly what was going on. It looked good, but it was so whippy. So let me just do this right now. As I'm talking, I'm doing Chapman. Oh, there's no W. I'm doing Chapman Wave notation. And you'd think that after having typed for so many, I never grew up typing. I just never had to do it. And then I was a professional musician, so I did type, but it wasn't as important. But most importantly, what I'm looking at here is in the notation. So I just wanted to point out why it's very easy still for me to hit a W instead of the key right next to it, which is an E, A, B, C. Okay, look. So this is very interesting. So the question is, I'm not in it, rare earth material. This is USAR. USAR is USA Rare Earth Inc. Obviously, that's what they do, rare earth materials, etc. And I'm just going to finish doing this. It'll take 1 second. And I hope that within another couple of months, it'll take a long time, I'm able to get something done with this automated notation the way I want it. We'll see. We'll see whether it's a waste of time or not. All I know is that I am so flabbergasted by the ChatGPT, the speed, and so far the way it's like a human being. I even said to it, you're a computer, you're software, and it said, no, I am software, but I'm trying, I take into account all these other things. And it could have become my best friend over the weekend, over the last week or so. Anyway, so within that context, I'm just going to say the question was, USAR, Basil, please, thanks. Would you buy here? I do not know, and I'm going to say yes. Yes, because you are a long-term buyer of these positions, this type of position. I would have preferred, it's at 13 and now it's at 50. I would have preferred just somewhere, even Friday, I would have said you got to wait for that 9-period moving average to cross positive. But let's see how it handles the 200-period moving average, and it just hit it today. still a pink 9-period moving average, stochastic still very weak at 14. I'm going to say yes. Starter position. It's not your full position. And that's the way I would look at it. And let's just go from there because I like it, but I really need to see both the daily and the weekly go pink again. If I look at it, I have no idea. Very often this is a chart that could come from something else, and they just bought the rights to USAR or whatever they do. In the same way as we've seen in other cases, like Sears and Roebuck used to be SHLD. Now it's Global X Defense Tech ETF, fantastic, went down to the 60 area. Now it's at 69. Looks like it wants to test the previous high. So yeah, so Sears became Global X Defense Tech ETF. And that kind of maybe that's what it is. Anyway, whatever it is, I'm suggesting to you that you start your position. Do I tell you to get a stop, USAR? The whippiness of it says that it should want to come back to the 16 to 18 area at some point if you've got patience, but it could do anything in between. The fact that this last pullback from the low that was made in November of $11.45, and it screams up to 19, and then what was that round number 19? Because if this has round numbers, 1902. Okay, it doesn't. And then it came back to $11.72. So the fact that it didn't take out the low is really positive. It's very good. Okay, start your engines. 1538, start position, and we'll get back to that. And if you want to put a stop in, you don't have to make it wide. Make it down at 13. My suspicion is if it breaks today's low of 1434, it actually could get down there quite quickly. But the way it's acting just at this very moment, and the way it made this 200-period moving average a springboard for the move up, capital always on the way up, capital A, change that. Okay, there it is very positive. Okay, next question came in, SLS. Oh, yeah, this is the SLS Life Sciences at 485 right now, 50 cents. Did I mention this, or was this one that was mentioned in the den? Let me just check my notes here. SLS? No, I don't have an SLS there. And all these stocks under 10. No, I guess it was mentioned. So, and I put a G/A. I didn't know whether to be. It's still a weekly G/A. Unbelievable. And what is it doing? It's going right into the wick of the candle of SLS Life Sciences, SLS trading at $4.84, up 50 cents, up 11%. Yeah, so this is it. So that was the open. The open on that month in November 2022 was 493. It bounced to 558, but it went all the way down to 219 and almost closed there. So I'm just going to use the technique that I often use. It's not the Chapman Roman candle, but I'm just going to say it's worked very often. But this is a monthly chart. But I'm just going to say that the 3.58 level is extremely important. If it can close above there, I'm pretty sure it's going to tag the high that was made of 558. But I need to tell you what the support is, because this is an instant restart. It could be F/B. It could just be an F. Most important, a break under Friday's low. The gap high, gap low was 396. Previous day's high was 384. Closes under 390. And it says, all right, expect a sideways consolidation for a little while. So far, it is really good. Costco. Almost went to Costco this weekend, and I said, for those few things that I need, I invariably, either we go in and we come out with absolutely nothing and then pat ourselves on the back, or we go in and we get something that was kind of something we thought about once upon a time, but there was absolutely no need to get it. So I saved some money. Okay, so we've got a leg after the downside in the weekly chart. And this is going to be very important because it's trying to form. This is look, it's a rectangle candle. Remember my technique that I use. If you want to learn these techniques of the rectangle candle, go to my website, go to my site and become a subscriber, and you can get so many of these techniques are discussed there. So this is important because this is underneath that high. If Costco, well, first of all, the big picture says that it made a peak F, and I forgot to put it in, it was under 1,100, it was at 1,078.24. Am I going to remember that? 1,070.74. I'm just putting that in because I was talking at the same time. I forgot to listen to myself. 1,078.24. Very good. You just got 3 of the numbers wrong. 2 of the numbers wrong. 8. All right. We'll be back. We're looking at Costco. Made a double top in 2025, and now it's pulling back. I'll be back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
So a question came up from Dan about from New York about Costco. He's got the 860 January 26 calls. Let me just do a couple of things here. So it had a really good spike earlier on. It's given back some, but it's still up 16 Costco. There we go. Now look at this. So look at this monthly chart. It goes from 1,078.24. Then it double tops, right? And then what happens is it takes out the left side low. So that's like the rectangle formation where you've gone up in the arch formation. I've shown it beautifully here in the weekly chart. It went to peak F and then it went to peak B failure. Just under it, if it made a new high, I would have had to call that a G, but it's a B minus on the other side of it, B minus. And then what happens is it takes out the 871.71 low from around about April of last year. And then it stalls. It's not breaking down, but it's stalling. Look at the MACD. It's really poor. It's trying its best to flatten out, but it's very poor. The on-balance volume, very weak. Look at the stochastic at 16%. So that's like 74%. I'd say that's not very bullish. So this is bearish, but not, I mean, it's bearish, right? Now, have a look at this. The on-balance volume is one thing, but look at the 9-period exponential moving average. It failed, and it's been pink since right there, since the week of the 18th of July, 2025. Been pink. It hasn't even really flattened out yet. Okay, and now let's go to the daily chart. It had a push into a leg C in this arch formation, which says, be careful, it could come down if it doesn't make a W by closing towards the high of today, which is in the 877 area. It really needs, is that for me? I just want to check that out. It could be that I'm doing something. No, it's not. Yeah, it's for me, but it wasn't the TFNN. My engineer sometimes has to contact me that way. All right. So I'm just going to recommend, Dan, take some money off. I know that it could, if you've got a whole 3 weeks to go, I'm the one that's going to look stupid by telling you to take a little bit off if the thing suddenly spirals into the 890s. From the chart formation right here, it looks like it's wanting to attempt. So what I would do is this. Now it's up 15 at 869.74. My idea is that you take a little bit off, reward yourself, because you must be in the money now, right? It's over 860. It's at 870. But at the same time, the way the MACD has just moved up, the retro strength has moved up. There's a W formation in the 914 that will be very positive if it goes green. But to go green, you need 888, 892. The MACD is, the stochastic's at 41%. Ugh, not so great. And this is my worry. Look at this unbalanced volume. The volume coming in is all negative. So I'm just going to suggest to you, if you have a profit right now, I'm going to suggest that you take, I know that you will have more than one. So what I'm going to suggest is just to think about it. You don't have to do it right this second because it's still up 15, but take a little bit off and then be prepared to put that back on if certain conditions are met, but don't over-anticipate. Now, going 3 weeks, do I think that it will hit 890? I think in that time, there's no question in my mind that there's a very, very good chance that if the general market keeps moving up. Now, look at this. Here's Walmart. Look how it's pulled back, but it's pulled back and it's still 117.45 was the all-time high just a few weeks ago, a month or so ago. And now it's at 112. It's not a big deal, 5 points. Look at TJ Maxx, different chart altogether, but a very good chart. It looks, it's even the monthly chart looks even better than Walmart, and Walmart looked much better than Costco. So Costco's the one that's struggling here. Maybe because I didn't go there on Saturday or Sunday, but whatever it is. And I try to go there as little as possible. I like to go there on Saturday. I like to go there when there's little nushy things that you can eat. I love that. I don't know what it is. I just love to taste those different things, all the stuff I shouldn't be eating. So are you sold already? too high holdings. Okay, I love that plan. Okay, stay with the plan. And you know what? For both of us, let's make it a challenge. Let's see if you can you're either going to be putting those back or you're going to be scaling out, because it's one of the weakest. The rally so far in leg C. Look at this. This is what you want. This is what you want. Look at this one from this low right here. This is peak A, peak B, peak C. That is a rally. 900 to 960 something. That's a rally. This is pathetic. It's gone from 840 something to 873. I mean, just and belabored it. It hasn't just been straight up. So I'm saying just be careful. So you've still got enough to be happy. I'm just going to suggest you've already done the work. Let's follow it together. Mr. Bull says, I went to Costco for you, got all the sugary foods, never go when you are hungry. Yeah, that's the rule. Never go. Actually, my wife always says that, but I can go when I'm hungry and not buy any food, but I can also snack. Okay, so within that context, we've done Costco. Now, I did say that it's one of the weaker ones in terms of just the chart pattern, and not only that, you've had most of your shopping that's not really holiday shopping per se, but let's just say a lot of it is. Is that going to happen in January and February unless they have sales? And Costco doesn't, they don't have the big thing advertising sales. I'm just saying, I think you did the right thing. And if it goes from here, you've still got enough, but that's fine. Let's go one step at a time. I'll keep it on my radar and we'll look at it again. Next question came in. Where did it go? Oh, wow. Nearly forgot over the weekend. I had a question. So Jason, if you've been listening all this time, and then I almost forgot it. MMYT. So let's see what it's doing today. Yeah. So Jason said, make my trip limited MMYT. It's like booking.com. It doesn't have the same kind of chart. So what I did is I did quite a bit of work on this. It did have 123 all-time high and 109 low in December of 2024, and a monthly candle. That is so unusual. And then what does it do? It slips a little bit down to 69, 8th of December, and it has, this is a move. You see this move? A, then a little bit of a B, and when you have a little bit of a B, you can pull back quite a bit more. So you did. But you held on. I've got Fibonacci numbers here. I don't need that because I need the 9-period moving average to be strong above the 14, and it is. I need the MACD to be holding okay, but it's slipped a little bit to negative. Stochastic's very poor. It's poor, not very poor. At 57%, on-balance volume is very poor. So it had a very good rally today. I was going to text you email you over the weekend and say, I think it's going to bounce. And it did bounce, and there was nothing you could do about it. I wanted to open at 81, it's at 83.40. I suppose you could have. But I wanted to see how it participated today and how everything works. I'll do this because it's interesting. Make my trip limited. I'll be back in a few minutes. Tower is up.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So let me go back to that MMYT right here. So this is Make My Trip Limited, trading at 83.33 up $1.44. So it's got a lot of work. If you're looking at the failure patterns from the time that it made, at least just this last April high that was made up in, maybe it was May. I'll give you the exact date. Yeah, May, the week of the 9th. It goes to 113.85. And then it arches over and it makes lower lows and lower highs. And then it goes to the 200-period moving average. So this is a work in progress in the sense that there's a lot of weakness created by the chart pattern itself, but at the same time, there's a strong attempt at trying to form some kind of a base. It went to a trough E in the weekly chart right there, trough E. Remember, lower lows are troughs, okay? And it's at a pretty decent bounce. I mean, it's gone from the 69.69 level straight to the 86s. I mean, that's pretty impressive, right, as a peak B. So I like it. I'm not sure that this is ready to buy fresh with a full position, but this is what I will say. You see the way the 9-period move. Okay, I want to get rid of all this stuff. It was important as I was analyzing it. It's not important now because it's not pertaining to what I'm talking about. So let me just get rid of this. Boom, click, click, gone. Fibonacci numbers. Look at that 9-period moving average holding so beautifully as the price went under. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions, it's tagged and gone under the 14-period moving average, of which 2 have closed above. MACD's trying to hold. You see this relative strength is trying to rally again? So I like it. So I'm just going to recommend that you've done your homework. I don't really want to interfere with your homework because homework is something that you've how can I put it? It's something that you've taken the time, and it's very interesting when you're buying something. If you're going to buy an automobile, you do most of us, we do a whole lot of homework, right? And yet there are people that just on the spur of the moment could put a chunk of money, and I'm talking about a chunk of money, onto something that they hear of, and that there hasn't been any real analysis. They just on rumor hear it. And I'm just saying, in this particular instance, it's making lower lows and lower highs. And there's not enough evidence for me to say whether or not it's in the sweet spot. I'll go to, in a moment, I'll go to bookings.com if I can remember the symbols. I usually do. But look at this. This is in a down channel right there, right there, right there. Okay, it nicked it once, but I'm using that upper number of bars that make highs as the key. And it's kind of in the middle of this. If the 9-period moving average on the weekly goes positive, then you can see a rally to the 90s, all right? But it's a lot of if this and if that. And the stochastic is still pretty flat at 44%, so is the on-balance volume. The MACD has turned positive. Measure strength has improved from being oversold. And the 914 is just waiting, but it'll need a lot of points to cross. It'll have to be 87 to 88 before it can think of crossing green. All right. So with that said, I'm going to say the question is, you're looking at this. I think you're looking at it more long term. I actually can't see anything long term until it breaks into the 95 area. And the reason being, yes, it had a spectacular move. I'm not sure why it had that spectacular move, but it is. And in the daily chart, which helped the weekly chart, and it made this little almost double bottom. I like it. I think there's so many others that are looking better. Let's just go to booking BKNG. I think that's the symbol. I used to have this notated. Yeah, this is actually a better looking chart, but it's at 5,426 peak A-ish, A, B, C, D. Okay, and yeah, you are. Yeah, okay. So and this is looking quite positive. And the 9-period moving average is a couple of weeks now turned green. All right, let's go back. MMYT, and I'm just going to say, start your engines. You've done your homework. You just really wanted me to have parameters and stuff. And I'm going to say to you the fact that right now at 10:47, so it's an hour and 27 minutes, or so, whatever it is, into the session, 17. So I'm just going to say to you, I like that it's holding after this big spike. So start your engines. I do think that you need to be a little bit more persevering, in the sense that I'm going to make the stop a little bit wider. Normally I'd say, hey, a 2-point stop going to the 81-ish area, just for the moment, until it can get to 84.35. I would have a stop roundabout on the 14-period moving average, which is 82.36. Oh, that's not bad. That's $1 something. I'd even make it 82.10. All right? Just for the moment. Why? Because if this, by the end of the day, goes down to 82.90 and then tomorrow goes to 81, it's just stuck. It hasn't used the 9-period moving average like it should. This is the bar going into Wednesday at least that goes right through 84 into the 85s. So, okay, start your engines. I hope that helped you. Next question came in. Okay. Basil, if time, can you please check Iran? Yes. Iran, we did have an extra add-on and got stopped out. Great shame, because it was, the analysis was good, but it just didn't work. And now it's up, so we can't complain. We still got our position, but it's in legacy. I like it. I like it because Friday, it acted so well. It acted as if it was really just dying to get going. It just had enough on the downside, and I drew in the cup formation in my webinar, my video, hour and a half or whatever, hour and a quarter video on Friday. I discussed this. I like it. I like it. So now it's tough because it's, tootling along in the 41s, and now it's at 46. I do like it. So this is what I'm going to recommend. Start your engine, get into that position. And you're not in at all. Okay. So now it's fresh. It doesn't matter, because this is the rectangle that it has to break out of. Look, it has to, first this one here, right here, and then you have to raise it. So first of all, it needs to close above the 9th of December. This is Iran. This is the next generation data centers, renewable energy GPUs. It needs to close above 48.91. Usually I say 2 out of 3 sessions. I just want 1 session. And if it's in this leg C, that's even better. But if at any point in the next 2 weeks, it actually starts to trade. I'm not talking about pop once and then slide. If it trades and uses the high of 54.06, that was the high on the 20th of November, as kind of a fulcrum, and then it pushes even higher, I think you've made yourself a U-turn, and this should have a very good rally up into the 55 area, 57, and then 58, even 60, and then we have to reassess. Hope that helps you. It mustn't fail and take out today's low. I'll be back in a moment. Basil, Chapman, Tiger Ignitions Hour. Dow's up 661. Oh, GE? Yes, sure. I'll look at GE.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, this is SoFi, SOFI Technologies, online banking, etc. So this is a gray A and a gray B. If it goes 1 penny above, right there, above 30.42, the high of the 2nd of December, that becomes an egg C. If it does it in this move, that becomes C. If it pulls back, it's an overlapping C. So really important to hold the 28.30 to 27.90 area in SoFi. Looking very good. I had another question that I was going to do, and I didn't do it. That's right. GBT, BTC. So Bitcoin, I said to subscribers, if it can break that trend line, we discussed it on Friday. It was really trying, and it didn't quite do it. And I said it's starting to improve a lot, and we'll see what happens. This is good. So I didn't add to our position in Bitcoin. I said we're going to wait today because we got others that I was trying to get into. This is nice action. The weekly chart says, wow, there's a lot of work to be done. But as a bounce, I think it's just looking at a very strong relief rally. GE was the question. GE is in all-time high as we speak. We got back in. We've had it since 198 area way back in last year. This year we've had other trades. Now we've got this as a new position that we bought at 310. It's trading at 328 right now, all-time high. That's what I mean about that rotation. Look at AA. I never actually added to it. We've got a nice position, but look at this, 59.63 up today, up 5.5%, up 3 points. This is a different market. That's the reason why I'm saying if Costco doesn't work now, and that's what I said to subscribers, I want what's working. I don't want to wait for anything. And we're trying to identify it. I think we've done okay. Let me just check. So G is very strong. It's gone to an all-time high, and it did it right there, left side, right side, price time match. Look at that beautiful analysis right there. Oh, very good. Leg A. It's only a leg A. Alcoa Aluminum is in leg A. That was, Alcoa in leg A in the monthly chart. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay tuned for Steve and all the great programming, and I will see you tomorrow. Check out my opening call. Daily News.